There were two socio-ecological production landscape in the water region. This is a target area for community development and knowledge management for Satiama Initiative project in Ghana. The Weto landscape forms the southern part of the Togo Atapra mountain, which is one of the high biodiversity areas in the country. It measures about 14,863 hectares, spanning over 11 traditional areas and 3 political districts, namely South Dai, Hohe, and Ho municipality, all in the Volta region. The area is dynamic mountain landscape with diverse habitats and land use, including cities, towns, villages, farmlands with adjacent cocoa, oil, avocado, mango, and natural forests, grassland, wetland, and water bodies, which include streams, ponds, and lake. The area has about 126 settlements. The project started with landscape management strategy formulation, where the indigenous and traditional people were involved in defining the strategy that was to be used. As part of the process, community meetings were held to agree on the strategy for intervention. An initiation workshop was held, during which the strategy was affirmed, and also an initiation workshop also defined the landscape indicators and was used in the completion of the strategy. As a start, the communities were given equipment to establish community nurseries, which about 1.2 million seedlings were raised to support the restoration. The community-based nursery managed by the people, and the products also sold by the people. It involves women and men at the same time, all working together on a voluntary basis. The people were also introduced to drip irrigation, especially in the cultivation of vegetation. A simple drip irrigation facility was developed by the community members, and this involves a bucket with a hole which drips into the area. So this was to take care of the water conditions in it. The first approach was to establish agroforestry farms using mango and other seedlings which the community themselves selected. And these agroforestry were targeted at sensitive areas, places. Then also there was an attempt to restore the semi-natural forests with conservation and enrichment planting. And here we see some of the rivers being restored. Agroforestry farms were established at the foothills, to support them. Gradually, the area is natural and semi-natural forest system are coming back, and the ecosystem is gradually being restored. As we can see, some of the fruits that got extinct so many years ago are now back, and people are getting access to it. The project also introduced compost preparation, where farmers do composting at the backyard, and they went to the farms and use. And surprisingly, some of the indigenous wheat and sorghum cultivation has come back, and using organic, the production was very, very high. The livelihood component actually introduced them to bee hive, bee keeping, which was one of the main livelihood intervention, and these were mounted all over in the forested areas. And these are some of the bee hive combs that were harvested, in the area. Again, also small ruminant railing was introduced as a way of droppings for compost preparation, and this included rabbitry, goat railing, and then also as much as possible Then the women were also introduced to oil palm production, which was an indigenous practice which was getting extinct, and they were given instruments to prepare the high quality red oil for distribution. School children were also involved in environmental clubs to think about restoring the area, and the Weto traditional platform was formed as a higher decision-making organization to support the restoration of the area. 2013 World Environment Day was celebrated within the Weto area. These are members displaying their